Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bobby from Bobby's Hobbies. Well, we're down here in the deep, dark basement, and we're looking for dusty trains. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Okay, well, this is a box with some dusty locomotives. We just pulled one out, which is an old switcher. This is by, I believe they're all Athearn. I'm not 100%. But we want to see if these run, and we'll look at them in turn. This is heavy. Yeah, this is not Athearn. Who makes this? Ooh, made in Japan. Oh, that's just Kato. That's interesting. So we've got some interesting things down in here. This looks like you have metal handrails, Athearn. Plastic handrails, not Athearn. Oh, this is Kato. Wow. It's hard to read that though. And now you can see it. All right, so two Katos in here. Kato. Not sure it's the proper pronunciation. This got to be an Athearn. Look, and it's got silver flywheels, which means they're die cast. All right, well, let's see what if we can get these things to run. Now, I'm not going to run them on the layout right now. I'm just going to test them. All right, we could see that well. Let me plug in the power pack, the testing power pack. Put on some additional light. Get our contact leads. And the big thing is that when I was a little kid, of course, does the light work? Ooh. Now that's a hum. So let's get right into it. When you have a hum like that, it usually means that the motor is trying to go, but it's stalled. I'm thinking this is a, spread and pop out, which is very normal for Athearn, but since this is an older Athearn, I make sure I'm not, trying to pry where there is no easy way off. Oh no, it's prying up. But we're gonna try to be a little more clever. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that if we can get some metal shim or another screwdriver. I also get worried with older plastic that it's going to just snap. Well, that's what we wanted. Alrighty. That's very unusual. Oh, this is an old son of a gun. Yeah. See, it's locked up. because it hasn't been moving in forever. I like this. I like the screwdriver because the yellow, really easy to find it. Little lube. Straight into the gear. And I have to open this up. Just trying to move it by hand now. Wow, it's tight. Perfect. Right now, let's get some, hopefully you can see in there, get some really high quality lube. This is the real deal. And I learned about this from a great model railroader, that guy at the Elite 194 channel. That guy really knows his stuff. He is a pleasure to watch. I don't know why he doesn't have 1 million followers. He should, because if you want to learn anything about model railroading, you watch that guy. That is like a treasure. I mean, he's kind of, it's like going to learn from Yoda or something. The guy makes stuff from scratch. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, high tunes things, forget it. So I highly recommend that channel, Elite 194. So you can see this is, I don't see any movement. That's interesting. Yeah, the wheel should be moved, so I don't think that's enough. I have to put this back, because if I take it off and pop this out, that won't be good. Let's just put a little on the axle. Now, it's still not really rotating right. We'll get our yellow screwdriver. What are we trying to pop off now? This housing in here. Can you see it? Yep. When we take this housing off, you can now see what's going on here. See how that popped off? That tells me that this is locked in. This one isn't. This one's a little. This one's nice and loose. This inner one is tight. This we're going to use slippery oil. Gonna fit this back in. This is a 4-pronger. Wow, that's an ancient type. Got 4 prongs on the power axle socket. Okay, that's in. Another locking bolt. Now in the future Athearns ones, these have long legs that come out to the side to hold this from falling out. This is held in by much more ancient design. So you can tell how old these are. It's held in by those press-up tabs. Now you see the wheels moving. Okay, what about this side? Is this side better? This side doesn't have any lube on it, not to the same extent. I should have put lube on there while I had it open. Yeah, let's pop it open again. Now I did put, oil on the things, but not on that gear, which I did now. Nice. All right, let's take this apart. Nice. I'll give a squirt of oil in there just for the hell of it. Really loosen this up. This one seems to be much more mobile than the other one. You seem to go in either way. Doesn't seem to be any difference. Sometimes there is. Now let's see if our lubrication has done the job. Went from a dead locomotive to supercharged. Let's try the other way. Right, George, I think we've got it. Alright, well, after we clean up these locos, at least as far as, and we might even clean them up get rid of dirt too. Let's put the top back on. This looks like a success. Of course, the light goes to the nose. We'll test this in a little bit. Wonderful. Okay, next up is this dusty Kato or Kato. Now this is supposed to be a, super duper loco. It's probably older. Let's see if it runs. Ooh. She's not running. Alright, now this one looks like she takes oil in different spots. Can't tell if this is if this contact is on the axle, but I think that it is. Now instead of putting oil there, which would reduce the conductivity, we're going to use this ox guard, which is conductive. Ta-da! And to apply it, we're going to use a wire. Alright, so we put this ox guard on because that's the contact. This is precious stuff. Ta-da. Alright, that's good. Now the question is, I'm not familiar with taking, sometimes you gotta unbolt things. You know what? I'm not gonna take this one apart. Just too early in the morning, I'm not ready for it. I'm not as proficient on Kato. But let me just think about it. Is it, I wonder if it's the, see, it's kind of a strange, yeah, this might be held on by the coupler box. In other words, take this off, take that off, take this and this off, and then this pops out. But I'm gonna actually go wash this. Yep, look at that crud. Let's go wash it. Wow, where are we now? We are in the slop sink zone of the basement. And believe it or not, I'm gonna put a little of this soapy stuff. It's an old thing of shampoo. That's a little too harsh. I'm going to use this. You know what? We might even use... No, that one's broken. Regular paintbrush. Remember, this has got to be delicate. That little soap goes a long way. I'm relying on the fact that the shell is waterproof. Hopefully you could see that. Now it's time for the, not the bottom, but the top bath only. Now we'll go get a paper towel. And the bottom is pretty dry. Not perfectly dry, but pretty dry. We'll get a paper towel and dry the rest off.